Hey everyone, I'm Ellie Richter, a bilingual speech language pathologist in St. Louis, Missouri. If your child is starting speech therapy online, you might be feeling a mix of curiosity, hope, and maybe a little bit of uncertainty. You might be wondering, will my child stay engaged? Will this actually work? And I want you to hear this clearly. Teletherapy can be highly effective for kids. When sessions are structured and communication with your SLP is strong, children can make meaningful progress online. Today, I'm breaking down what teletherapy really looks like, the questions you should ask, and simple ways to help your child feel prepared and confident at home. So let's talk about what teletherapy really is. Teletherapy is simply speech and language therapy delivered through a secure video call. Your child still works directly with a licensed speech language pathologist. It's just that the location is different. Instead of meeting in a room, you are now working in a virtual space. Kids may play interactive games, practice vocabulary and grammar using visuals, work on social language through conversation, or learn fluency strategies with real-time feedback. It's not a watered-down therapy. It is a different service delivery model. And research shows that it works very well for many school-aged children. Let's talk about what a typical session looks like. Most sessions last about 30 to 60 minutes, sometimes 45. This really depends on your child's goals, where they're going to therapy, and how quickly we're looking to see progress. Your child is going to log in on a secure link. If you're using Zoom or Google Meet, you'll have a specific link, same with Simple Practice and any other platform. Your child is going to log in, the SLP is going to share their screen, and they're going to move through different activities, just like we would in person. Teletherapy isn't just talking on a screen, it's an intentional, engaging, and structured support for your communication goals. So let's talk about everyone's role in the process. My job as the SLP is to select activities that match and support your child's needs, like attention and communication, and most importantly, interests. I always keep you informed so you know what's working. Your child's job is to show up, participate, and try their best. Wiggles, distractions, off days are all completely normal. Your role as the caregiver is to help with the setup, to stay nearby if your child needs reassurance, and to share what you see at home. You're not expected to run the session. You're not expected to run similar sessions at home outside of therapy. We just really need your insight and support to help us tailor therapy more effectively. So let's talk about questions that help parents feel confident with virtual speech therapy. A few great questions to ask your SLP are: how do you keep kids engaged online? What should we do if the technology is not working? If the audio or video cuts out? Do you prefer I stay in the room or leave the room? What is one simple thing that we can work on this week? A supportive provider will answer these clearly and make sure you feel like a part of the team. Okay, let's talk about how to set your child up for success. First, and most importantly, create a calm and distraction-free space. That means the TV is off and siblings are out of the room. This does not need to be fancy. We really just need a quiet area. They don't even need to sit at a table. If your child needs to get up and move around while they work through their therapy session, great. Secondly, we want to check the technology ahead of time. That means if you get a link, please click it before the session starts to see that it goes somewhere, because sometimes we make mistakes too. We want to make sure the audio and the camera are working, the device is charged or plugged in, and all unnecessary tabs are closed. Third, we want to use a simple routine before each session so our children know their expectations. Go to the bathroom, get a sip of water, do a quick stretch, do some jumping jacks. Just a little transition can help your child settle in. Fourth, we want to support focus and regulation. So as I mentioned earlier, your child does not have to be sitting at a table. They don't have to be strapped in. They can stand at the table. They can lay on their stomach if they need to. Some kids benefit from small fidgets or having a family member nearby. Follow your child's cues and ask your SLP what tends to work well. Adjust as needed. Finally, partner with your SLP between sessions. You don't have to recreate therapy at home, but it is helpful to ask, what's one easy thing we can do this week? Honestly, as an SLP, that is something that I like to leave my sessions with. Hey, I like to ask my students, what is something that you want to work on this week? we'll pick a language goal, or we will pick some of our favorite articulation words. And I'm like, great, write that down, put it on your Post-it note. They get a Post-it note. They have some leadership and autonomy, and they write it down or draw a picture or whatever. We put the Post-it note somewhere, and that's what they're going to work on that week. We want to incorporate those into small, natural moments, like using vocabulary during reading time, while we're brushing our teeth, which is kind of weird, but sometimes I like to put a sticky note in the bathroom on the mirror. A lot of my kids actually like to do their speech in the car, so we put a little speech spot sticker in the car by their seat because that's when everyone is together. So I want to talk about when to reach out and revisit the plan. If your child seems consistently frustrated, or the technology is getting in the way, or if you're not sure about progress, please reach out and let your SLP know. We want this to be successful, and we are going to make any adjustment we need to in order to make it work for all parties. Okay? Sometimes we need to make small tweaks, like changing the session time. Sometimes it can be really difficult after school for kids to attend to a therapy session. This happens to be a struggle in person and virtually. So it is kind of a struggle across the board, but sometimes this is all we have. Sometimes we can adjust the timing, the time of the day, the time of the week. Sometimes we need to adjust and see if a different service model might be a better fit for your family. Reach out to your SLP if you think that is something you need to talk about. Overall, teletherapy can be a beautiful, flexible, empowering, and effective option for kids and families. When families understand the process and feel supported and included, children can totally thrive online and at home. Your SLP is going to bring the professional expertise, and you are going to bring the insight only a caregiver can offer. And together, you create a strong foundation for communication growth. If you have any questions about virtual speech therapy, please reach out. You can find me on Instagram at The Essential Teletherapist, or send me a message through my website, www.theessentialteletherapist.com. Thanks for being here.